After 40 years and 14 international barbershop competitions as the director of the vocal majority, this year I'll be a spectator as my younger son Greg does the directing. I've been asked what it will feel like sitting in the audience for the first time as the chorus competes. To answer that question, I'd have to go back to the very beginning, when the VM was new and my 10-year-old son would go with me to rehearsals. He wanted to get as involved as possible and was soon operating the spotlight at our dinner theater good time shows. Greg has played a good ear for harmony at a very early age, and after getting a taste of our kind of music, he was hopelessly hooked for life. In early 1975, when he was barely 12 years old, Greg passed his audition and officially became a chorus member. This meant he'd be eligible to compete at the International Chorus Competition the following summer in Indianapolis. Standing in the middle of the front row, with his dad directing his first international competition, Greg won his first gold medal on a day that none of us who were there could ever forget. Through the years, Greg has served the chorus in just about every musical capacity. He's been the regular tenor or lead section leader and did all the new member auditioning in the late 70s and early 80s. A few years later, he began doing some of the directing. One of his first directing experiences was leading the chorus in How Deep is the Ocean and The Lord's Prayer in Judy's and My Wedding in 1988. Since that time, he's been my associate director and has shared director duties in all of our rehearsals and shows. He was the co-director in the VM's most recent gold medal victory in 2006, when he and I directed March Along with Time together. He was the co-director last fall, directing the Uptune as we won our 17th straight Southwest District Championship. The success the vocal majority has experienced through the years is due largely to Greg's personal dedication to excellence, his skill as a teacher of the craft, his creative ideas, and his motivational ability. And this is not to mention what is probably his most important attribute of all, his leadership. I love to watch Greg direct in the chorus. It's impossible not to notice the love and mutual trust that is so prevalent between them.
Barbershop is based on synergy, or expanded sound, which is the sum is greater than the total of the parts. When you put it all together, you get this single entity of sound that has overtones and undertones and expansion to it if it's really done properly.
To be able to share your hobby, with your son, it's just been the most rewarding part of it for me.
It's something I'm very familiar with, and the very thing that creates the magical healing sound of the vocal majority. For the past several months, Greg and our amazing performance team have worked extra hard in preparing for our international competition this summer. Their enthusiasm has been contagious and has led to a Herculean effort on the part of the entire chorus. I've never been more impressed with the dedication and commitment of each chorus member. And so, on the 4th of July in Las Vegas, Nevada, Greg Clancy will be the director of the 158-man vocal majority, perhaps the greatest vocal majority ever, in its quest for a 12th Barbershop Harmony Society gold medal. I will be seated with Judy, feeling excitement and anticipation of the amazing spectacle that is about to unfold right before our eyes. But mostly, I'll be filled with enormous pride as Greg and the chorus perform a contest package that is sure to bring nearly 7,000 avid barbershoppers to their feet. I'm sure there'll be a bit of nostalgia as well, as I think back to the earliest days when my little 10-year-old boy would say, "Hey Dad, can I go with you to rehearsal tonight?" Yes, all is well in our little Camelot. The future has never looked brighter, and life is good.